Good morning, it's Monday morning. Beautiful sky. Looks like it's probably going to be a good day again, although we are hoping for some rain. But I don't think that's going to happen. Good morning. Welcome to Monday. Yes, another Monday has come around. They do that, don't they? Just keep on coming. It's really weird when I think about how long it's been since I've been working from home. It's just really moved in a flash, but it also at the same time feels like it's been really long. I know that's bizarre, but that's the way it feels. So I'm here in my work environment. This is my office this morning because Paul is working upstairs today in the office space. Hello. Don't know why she was looking at me. It's Monday morning, I'm working. It's been fairly quiet. I've only had a few phone calls, but that seems to be the way of things for a Monday at the moment. So tomorrow I'll be going into work. For those of you who remember, I work on a Tuesday morning in the office to ensure that reception is opened for people who require medication and things like that. So I've got my coffee. So yeah, this morning has been fine. I was challenged by something earlier. We have a new neighbour, sort of over that way, whose garden backs onto ours. And they have a huge laurel tree at the end of their garden, which actually provides total privacy for us. God, it's so busy. There's so many cars this morning. I think everybody's using their cars now because they don't want to go on public transport. Anyway, I digress. So their laurel provides a complete and utter privacy screen between the end of their garden and our patio area. And they've informed me this morning, very nicely, that this is going to be removed and replaced with a fence. That's fine, they can do what they want, it's their prerogative. It's a change, it's going to be a big change for us because it's a beautiful green screen. I'm quite sure it provides quite a bit of habitat for creatures and birds and whatever, but it's going to be no longer, and we're probably going to have one of those lovely orange coloured fences. Oh well, Richard, view it as a project, view it as an opportunity to plant something else there. There is actually a huge hazel tree which will remain because that's on our side, which provides a little bit of privacy, but I'm just worried that they're going to be able to look into our patio area from their top windows. So we'll suddenly go from feeling completely private to feeling overlooked. That's my only worry. And I expressed that to her, but I didn't want to be mean. Because like I say, it's their garden, they can do whatever they want. So the positives that I'm taking from this are that we will receive quite a bit more light. Not necessarily direct sunlight because the sun doesn't sort of move that way, but we will get a lot more light on the patio, which is fine. God, it's just so busy out there. There's people, cars, trucks, deliveries. It's just a busy Monday morning. Anyway, so that did cause me to feel a little bit anxious, I have to say. But hey, what can you do? So that's it. That's my news this morning. Hope you're having a good day, whatever you're doing. The weather's gorgeous again here, breezy but beautiful. I believe it's going to get hot again at the end of this week. So, hey. But the astronauts have splashed down safely, so that's good. So, bye for now. See you soon. Take care. Hi, that's me in the mirror. I'm in the middle room. I've taken down the wall hanging because I'm about to start work on this wall. Look how, just filthy. This is filthy. You can see just up here where I did some repairs on some cracks, and also along here and also up here. I did those a while ago. I need to redo them, but this wall, it is in shadow, but it is filthy. Filthy, filthy. This is dust, and it's also having fires, and I haven't painted this room probably for, I think it's coming up to the 7-year mark, to be honest, if not longer. So candles as well, and look, you can actually see where this candle holder used to be. Look at that. Oh, it's shocking, isn't it? It's absolutely shocking. So I've got to do quite a bit of prep. Also, when the cupboard used to be here, I had one of those oil burners and I blew the candle out, and look, I splattered the wall. In fact, I think the last time I was decorating here, let me just swing you around to the mirror, sorry about that. The last time I was decorating in this room, I was stripping the wallpaper because this is bare plaster. Sorry, nose is running. Oh dear, now I've got to wash my hands. Don't touch anything with this hand. Where am I looking? Yeah, I was stripping the walls, painting it pure white, and that was a huge job. This job in comparison is not too bad. There isn't actually a sort of pink cast. I think that's the camera giving it that sort of plastery colour. It's actually sort of grey in actual fact. So I'm going to crack on with this afternoon. Work is quiet. I've got the phone nearby in case it rings. Computer's all ready, but I've really got to crack on. I wanted to share this with you. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. You see that on the floor? That is a radiator cleaning brush. And I've just cleaned behind. Look at that disgusting. That's the second pass. And the radiator is filthy as well. So look at all that. Just awful. Anyway, I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get that vacuum cleaner out and wash this hand. My nose is really running now. This is my least favourite part of decorating. Prep. I've had to really sand all of this down. There was some flaking paint here, so I've had to scrape, which is why you can see marks. And I may have to use a stain stop paint, which I've got, which will cover things like wax. So I may have to use that here just to prevent that oil that's probably in there and possibly a bit of candle wax coming through. And the other tip that I would probably mention at this stage is when you're doing woodwork, before you start sanding it down, give it a really, really good clean with a mild bleach solution. And what that will do is clean up white paintwork. and you can look and see whether actually you do need to paint it again. This does need painting again because frankly it's been so poorly painted it needs a good rub down. I've just in the past just slapped paint on top without worrying too much about it, but this, it really does need it, especially the edges where the paint sometimes gathers and builds up and you don't see drips. But yeah, bleach it first, then see whether you need to paint it. Good tip, I'm full of good tips. I hate this. And I have got a sanding block before people start asking me, but I don't know where it is. I've lost it. Mind you, a sanding block's not going to help you get into all these little nooks and crannies, so I end up using my hand anyway. I'm cheating this time round. I'm just, rather than clearing the whole room, I'm just clearing what needs to be cleared. I'm trying to remove this wind chime. Nice, huh? Oh, it's been here for years. There we are, that's one bit. Come on, you come off as well, I don't want to break it. Oh, bloody come out, come on. Oh. I've had that for years, it's so beautiful. Handy hammer. Knew I was keeping it there for a reason. Right. Up here now. I know what you're thinking, Richard, you should be wearing a mask. I'm not wearing a mask. Not indoors. So I'm getting nearer to the stereo, so I think I need to get a dust sheet out now. I'm using plastic dust sheets. I'm not apologising. They're reusable. Ooh, what a lovely noise. It's like the sea. I have to start wearing it, make a fantasy. So that's most of the sanding down done. I mean, look at this. Look at that piece of sandpaper. And it's proper sandpaper I'm using as well. My dad, when I was learning to decorate as a child, or as probably a teenager, he would never give me new sandpaper until I'd completely and utterly worn out the sandpaper that I was using, and I'm the same now. So thanks for that, Dad. I hated him for it at the time because, you know, after a while you feel as though it's doing nothing, but you just got to apply a bit more elbow grease. Yeah, really get in there. So most of this is done. And let me just tell you a little bit about the repairs I did to the cracks. I hope you can see me okay. In old Victorian houses, you very often get certain areas that are prone to cracks, and they're very often between the wall and the ceiling, and they're usually not more than a few millimeters at best. And look, always remember, if you can't get your hand in, don't worry about it, yeah? And you'll fill these cracks, and over a few years they will reappear, but there is a way you can fix them so they don't reappear. And it's using this tape. I hope you can see, but it's like a webbing, and it's self-adhesive. You apply this to the crack, you fill over it, and then you wait for it to dry, and then you sand it down, and then you fill again. And this kind of provides provides a scaffold for the filler, and it's also slightly flexible as well. So it kind of enables it to move, because very often those cracks are down to sort of stress points. And you know, I've been told by several qualified people not to worry about those kind of cracks. And to be honest, all of the houses around here, all of the people I know that live around here get similar cracks over time. And you know, I can tell that nothing is moving because you don't get cracks around the skirting board or the windows. You know, you can tell if a house is subsiding quite quickly. So yeah, that's a tip for you. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a webbing tape, self-adhesive webbing tape. And the point I'm at here is doing the second fill. So I've just sanded it all down and I'm about to do the second fill. There you go. Full of handy tips and hints. My tips for filling: always use a nice clean filler knife. Nice and clean. And I'm using an ready mixed filler. Don't buy those ones you have to mix yourself. It's a waste of time. And you get the consistency wrong. This is by Wix, and don't buy too big a pot either, because it will sit there unused and dry up, and then it's a waste. So just buy a small pot, and buy 2 small pots if need be. So I'm going to be filling all the way along here at the top, down a little bit, and a crack along there. So this is the second fill, and then I'll be finished for the day because I have to wait for it to dry, and that'll take a while. Also, I use rubber gloves, plastic gloves, and I always smooth with my fingers as I go. I don't use a wet spoon and all that, can't be arsed. Don't use too much in one go. And if it's dry, give it a little mix. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. I'll start here. Ooh, so that's me done for the day. I've done second coat of filler on all the previously repaired cracks, so that's got to dry. And the other thing I wanted to say about filling, always fill proud. So always give it just a little bit extra than you should, because remember, it can be sanded down. All modern fillers seem to be geared up to be easily sanded, so even after a good 24 hours of drying. So don't worry if there are little imperfections and you've not managed to smooth it properly. Those will just sand off. So I never worry about those things. That's me done for the day. Thank you for joining me and watching, and thank you for the lovely response that I've had to the return of the daily vlogs. Obviously the first couple are quite long because I'm showing you various things that I'm doing. Don't expect them to be that length every day. I'm spoiling you. So time to have a nice cold glass of fizzy orange, which Paul has just poured for me because he's back home from the plot. And yeah, time to eat shortly and relax for the evening. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye.